Do you still think you can escape number 6?
I'm going to do better than that.
Greetings. Welcome to Channel 6. I am your host. I'm busy setting up the software for the new streaming machine. The operating system's in. There is much configuring to do. I do have 2 previous configs. One's on Linux. I don't think I want to copy that. And the other's on my old Win 7, which the hardware it was running on was from 2008. I think I'll go through the pain and suffering of starting fresh. It'll probably be more worthwhile. I have a new benchtop thing. And this camera, my HD cam, if I film it, it looks fine. When I use it as webcam and I look at the little window it has on the camera, it's 2" by 3" LCD, it looks fine. This is blurry for some reason. And I know it's not the new machine hardware. You can't see any of that. The new machine hardware, it's over there. I know it's not that because it's the latest hardware, so I'll just have to live with it until I figure out what the deal is. The Droid cams from my S9 Galaxy and Music Pod work better. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm going to be doing a few things, and I didn't configure a desktop. Let me pause here. I'll be back. And I was talking about this cam, which you can see the blurriness. I don't think I ever switched to it, unless I switched back. So here it is. Got my cup of Yorkshire Gold tea. So now I am going to pause again so I can swap out to the other thing. Here, I'll load it. Where is it? And it'll come up after I have OBS off. Be back. There we go. I need to set up my 8 terabyte disk so I can copy over my Steam partition from the other. It's got a 5 terabyte. And this is the way I'm going to do it. Don't know how fast this will be. Finding myself using my old iPhone 4 because all my cameras are tied up. My smartphone cameras. So what we want to do is just say a new simple volume. I'm going to read it off. Oh, I can't get it any bigger. Read it off of here. Once you start wearing glasses, reading tiny things becomes much more challenging. Go numlock. 4. I'm just going to make it exactly the same. Size in megabytes. Wait a minute. Bytes, kbytes, megabytes. Yeah, that's megabytes. Okay. Next, that should be a 5 terabyte. Well, actually, it's 4.48. I want 5 terabyte. That matches it, though. And then that leaves me... Let's do a little math. Dookity dookity. Let us see. 7630868 minus 160. So I could leave 1.5 terabytes left. I think I'm just going to go with 6 million. I like 6. I'm going to have to do a kind of a user guide to my chosen non-deplume and all the things I'm interested in. I think I'll do video games first. It'll be easier. 6 million leaves me what? Can you actually get back to... no. Well. I like calculators where you can just go back. I know why I was going to make it exactly the same size, so the backup would be easy. And then I was going to use another terabyte just for Scratch, and then have a little bit extra for operating systems and things like that. Because I might put a few operating systems on here, other Linuxes in the old. Oh yeah, the old Windows is about 150 gig. Holding. Control P doesn't unpause when I'm on the desktop. I don't like that. I've decided to go with the 6 million megabyte. Is that right? That has to be. Assign the following drive letter. I've never liked D as a drive letter. Let's call it E. NTFS. I'll just leave that default. Label. Labels the stream drive. Form a quick format. No compression. Don't like compression. Boop. Finish. We'll let that run. Then I'm going to make a terabyte per Scratch. Remove. That's not a removable drive. New simple volume. Next. 1024.123. 1 terabyte. Assign the following letter. D, E, F. Next. Simple. Scratch. Scratch drive. I'll just call it Scratch. Next. There, now I got a Scratch drive. And then I'll have room if I want to bring Win 7 over and some of my other operating systems. I have a 128 gig partition in the other Linux machine for the SSD. I might mirror that here. And I don't know for sure if I want to do SteamOS, it might have to go in here too. I might get rid of the Scratch, but let us check. Get a new one. Wow. E. Empty. Okay. I'm not going to do anything else with that right now. I just wanted to set it up. Because at some point I'm going to turn this machine on and just port everything I want. Now, what's next? I have a couple of projects. Let's transition back here. Now that that's done, we're going to move this out of the way. Hide this over here somewhere. I have some old fans to take wires off of. Let's convert over to my wireless headset. See how that works. I've got to make sure I get the right thing. And I won't be able to hear my own voice, but I can do that. Now I can move around at will. So we have 2 dead fans, and I need a couple of wires to go onto the motherboard header so that I can hook in my switches and just get the switch module. This is the switch module. I will transition back to the full cam. Oops, where is it? Show you the switch module here. I got these left over from stuff I did on my Jeep. Power switch is going to be a safety switch. Because one morning I was using my Linux system and I left it on to do something at night. And I come down, boop, boop. Monitors are off, so then it'll take up power. Hit the switch. Oops. I actually did that 3 or 4 times. I just couldn't remember I'd left it on. So this switch I'm going to make some things. I got an extra toggle on here. I like these toggle switches. I don't know what I'm going to use that for, but I'm going to wire this in to these little things. I might not do the reset switch. I'm not sure. Let's transition back to benchtop. Yeah, I'm going to have to do something. I'm thinking about filming it and then mixing, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'm not even sure how I would do that. See, if you can tell what I'm doing here is just popping these wires out. Ooh, I could even unsolder them, but I'm going to cut them. You know what? I like the idea of unsoldering them. I'm going to have to solder them right back up to something. This one's a little harder. Yeah, it kind of annoys me that this bench cam is so blurry. Gonna have to do something, and the bench work will all be done, especially the stuff that was recorded below 720p on the other system because it couldn't record 720. This one I'm cutting. This is the one, the 4-pin that I want. One goes to the switch, and one will go to the LED, the power LED. I got to figure out how I'm going to hook that up. This one would be the reset switch, which I don't really need a reset switch, but I like the hard drive LED idea. Yeah, I decided to just cut them. What the hey. Dead fans. Although this is the fan cage from the cooler in my main system. I might want the cage. I'll be seeing you. Okay, we're putting this together. I'm doing some soldering here. This soldering iron's overkill for these little wires, but it'll work. I think I found this at a yard sale. It's a Weller. Goes up to 250 watt. That's a lot of wattage for a soldering iron. If you do plumbing, you can practically do plumbing with 250. The key to soldering is flux. Flux makes the solder flow onto a metal. And then for delicate components, not overheating. 250? Way too much for delicate electronics. This is just a wire. Wires is easy. I can actually see off the edge of this. The big thing is a heavy wire and switch, or a heavy lug and switch like this can easily break the wires, so you can't mess with it too much. What's more, I can't test it until I'm ready to shut down the system. I don't even want to plug it in because it might make a connection and turn it off. Not while I'm recording. Wow, 15 minutes. I think we will exit here. This is complete. I can upload this. I need an exit. Don't have an exit. I don't have an exit. I have an exit. Be seeing you.